Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV. So, end of the last episode, arriving back in the Alamegan Quarter and going to head talk to the Flame General. Mainly because Raban has been calling for us for quite some time, I guess, and wants to inform us about something. Also, I took the longest way of getting around, which is aka climbing over all these goddamn barrels. Boxes and crap. Alright, so, I remember right. I can actually forget what this one is. All I remember is this is fun. Oh my god, I remember how much I hate Alamega. I just hate the layout of these streets, like they're so awkward. That's the only issue ever, it's just a really awkward setup for the streets. Surprisingly enough, there was no players back at the Aetheryte. I can't believe that last episode at the end and this one. Not much changed since the first time we set foot in the city, now we strive to preserve their freedom rather than reclaim it. But we've no time to reminisce, we mustn't keep the command waiting. Commander Olden awaits us at the Royal Palace if you would follow me. It's good coffee. Ah, yes. Our friend's back.
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
No.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
Hello, BA guys. Why's my character always going off like...
Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
I feel like it'd be cooler if you could actually have an interaction where your character can choose what to do in that.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence. Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascians' pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the Seventh Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the Seventh was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The Seventh, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascians' downfall was to be the work of my remaining days, but it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all, even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friends' plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. You can afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima, but with each passing day, the Plaid Sounds grows even more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima, I will not stop you. I only ask you confer with me before returning to the first. Well, as you can clearly see, that person left, so I've already done most of that. For all seen the steely resolve in your eyes, inspect that it knows where duty calls you. Take your rage to return to the first. Now I ask you to apprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return to help with a new Ultima weapon. As for the bodies, may rest assured the Master Matoya and I will continue what we can to keep the Reaper ethos stable. Safe travels, Hydaelyn. I hope I see you soon and the others soon. Yeah, but I haven't had too many issues. I actually was already doing that. I guess that's part of the new... What is it? Was it considered a raid? I think they're considered raids. Actually, I could probably show it to you. I think it's... No, that's Eden game. Were they trials? What trials? What were they? Dungeons? What were they? No, they were in the Duty Finder. Where were they? I don't remember. Huh. They had to have been under here. Oh yeah, they were. Okay, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, it was like these things, so you gotta go around and like kill all these things. It's really weird. I already did them all though, so I'm not necessarily worried. Oh, all you'll know is it's just, yeah, you just fight weapons. It's fun. I thought they were on there. I was like, where the hell did they go? I was like, was there an individual section dedicated to them, or did you have to actually go through and try to find them? I was like, or did they remove them? I was like, I doubt they removed them. I was like, there's no way they removed them. You have business with Crystal Exarch? Yes, I do. Why else would I be talking to you? Come at the most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul, and I mean to return the Scions home. I trust you too have been making good use of your time. Ill tidings from the source, you say? Then I will summon the others that we might all be apprised of the situation. Emperor's in turmoil and they have more weapons. That's all I say. Simple and to the point. How long did we BS here before these guys arrived? Tancred and Reed still aren't here, and neither is Alizé.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Many bad things. Dana's lives, new Ultima weapon. Fun stuff, you guys know about it.
A new Ultima weapon? We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Garlean Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
My apologies.
Look, it's Lena.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
It may simply be my imagination, but Lena's been rather risque with me of late. You don't suppose she's still upset over the mishap with the salmon fillet, do you? What the fuck? What the hell was this? What the hell did this salmon have to do with anything? Oh my god, I bet it was something bad. Have I had such a preposterous knowledge? A stark reminder of what little we know about the world. I also caught myself on that F-bomb. Everybody noticed that. Yep, caught it. Von White Order such crystalline foundation we have built not a prison, but a refuge for the soul. Would that Moon Burrito was here to see the wonders inspired by our research. I will not only have Xenos to contend with once we return, but a new ultimate weapon as well. Oh, why must all enemies insist on returning from their graves? Make it more fun. I must confess, while enjoying my fair share of scholarly research, it will be a good step to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? Yes. Although I will say this, I think at the end of this episode I will take a small break and record one last episode for the day. Small break, a little bit of a snack, get something to eat, before I come back. Actually, I think we only did 3 episodes today. I'll have time tomorrow, so I'll probably try to get started a little bit earlier. I said we hurry. Lena does not strike me as the one who enjoys being made to wait. I don't ever understand this, but has anybody else caught on to the fact that every time it rains, your character's eyes glow for some weird reason? I've never figured that out. We have little time, so I'll be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I asked for your assistance in slaying it. Sin Eater? There's some few remained after the night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others? That will not be necessary. It's only a single Sin Eater. Simple task for our god, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the War of Darkness should be a valuable experience for them. Peace can be led to complaints, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however, harmless they may seem. Men will do well to learn from your example. Me, why not Alpha now? You don't be serious. Come now, what could be more inspiring than fighting alongside the renowned warrior of darkness and stuff? Let's get to it then. Excellent, then let us make for Fort Job. Yeah, got up now. Yeah, it's funny. It's hard to tell if your character's trying to like push it onto Alphino so you don't have to do it, or if it's just like your character's saying it nicely, just saying, "Oh no, Alphino does such a great job with us. He's equally inspiring for them." It's like, no, your character's better. It's like, yeah, okay. What are those 3 doing? Oh, I cannot wait till I get home today, though. It's gonna be a good day. I've fallen in love with DoorDash too much, and I've discovered, seeing online or watching an ad that Little Caesars brought back that pretzel pizza. I'm gonna kill that stuff. I'm gonna kill that pizza. It's so freaking mine. I'm not kidding either. I'm gonna destroy it. It's gonna be a fun day when that happens. Like, oh. I've only ever had it once, and it was when I was at my brother's, like years ago. I think it was when he first moved and we had to get food, and they chose Little Caesars. I killed that pretzel pizza. That stuff was delicious. Sin Eaters that remain no longer have a leader to guide them, but they are no less dangerous. They cannot be suffered to live. Suffered. Good, give in to your anger, Alphino. If you would wait for here a moment, I will gather the others. Swear to God, she weighs like 500-pound guys over here. I'm gonna be disappointed. Oh no, just 3 volunteers. Good. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day at the Sin Eater's attack. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd likely have stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I too was there that tail day. My friend was transformed into Sin Eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field or holding a blade again filled me with dread. There was no way to honor her or my camp or comrades since I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. Pleasure to meet you, miss. Truly, it seemed like only yesterday I watched as you took a stride on a Amara to go and save the Oracle. Trying to think the Omoran soldiers we once walked blades with are now on our side, but we will do what we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. So we seem to be missing one. Alright, apologies, Catalina. Now the gentleman asked that I escort him to Clearmount. It took longer than I anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play a host of honored guests. It won't happen again. Name's Thaler. Sure, you don't remember, but we once met before in the infirmary. Oh yeah. Actually, we met Ascians, the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to her. Don't give up, don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serves a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the knights return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. There are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can do to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up, we won't give in. We have inspired a whole of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let's not keep them waiting. Yay, I get to fly again. Whee! Nice church. That's a neat old church. Alright, so where are we at in this? I have a fair bits to go. Damn. Did not think it was that far north, my god. Is that Fate nearby? Wow. I don't want to see rain in this game. I had to deal with this all day yesterday. I hated it. It's miserable with it all. Hey, these guys already killed him. I hadn't seen him with my own eyes. I sworn it was you who killed that Sin Eater.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness? And he says, no. I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
Hmm?
A warrior of light? Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood.
Talk crap about Arbor.
I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
Everybody say a prayer. My character might be subject to something bad. Why am I that close? I guess that's where I was standing last. That's weird.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man, a younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be. He's lost without you, you know. He misses you already. I'll go with the second one.
He. Are you sure?
Knowing him, probably.
Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
That poor bastard. Did he really try to open a letter up like salmon fillet, though? That sounds hilarious. Imagine going like 2 minutes and it's like, why the hell won't it? Oh, crap. I will not keep you and your comments have much to discuss. I will see you at the others back to their posts. Why does that say the word white gremlin? That's funny. Turn to the thingy. Let's see. You did see that one weird Arbor running around, so it is killing. The only question is, I wonder who could possibly be inside of it. There's so many things that could just make us take that guess. Can you take that guess? I bet I can. It's like I already did this. I keep forgetting I already did all this, but this is no fun for me because I've only done this. This is only my second time going through. I guess that's kind of what made Realm Reborn fun to go through again. And the only second time I've gone through it. Alvino tells me the Warrior of Light has slain the Senior. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to make of this. Yeah, I was hoping to speak with you about, on second thought, never mind. It would be rude of me to pry. It's strange to think how heroes so beloved by the people could be brought to so low in so short a time. Warrior of Light, harbingers of flood, and all the world was, that this wanderer should boldly claim their title is most curious indeed. An adventurer calling himself a Warrior of Light. Why would anyone tie themselves to legs of individuals held in such low regard in the first? The others were quite shocked to hear of what we found in Lakeland, but now that you're here, there is a proposal I should like to make. I've been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noted more and more people pursuing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. In fact, they wish to know more about the Warrior's Light, as well as they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin-eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to growing unrest and fear. People of the Crystarium seek the truth. I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Albert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale was told again and again over the course of a century, I'm not surprised to see their roles distorted and them painted as villains. Were not for the record stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, the reputation already had been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remain those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. For all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice a man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Obert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as sin-eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the Flood. The world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains, deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. Claimed it was Arbor who helped you overcome Emmett's self, correct? Such a relation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Halfno's plan. We called together the people of Crystarium and recounted them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the Flood that followed in their wake. Well, what say you, Hydaelyn? Spread the word, I say. I wish we had done this sooner. And we're all of one mind on that matter. Good. Next, I might I ask you to continue working with Backlug on our means of returning home. The rest of us will see the gathering of the people's Crystarium in the Extra. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone willing to lend an hand, or lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more accompany them. I think nobody's figured out that. Wait a minute, don't I? I mean, Arbert's still with us in theory. I mean, both our souls became one. Oh, God. I've seen many great and terrible things in my long life, as his backside, no doubt. Of course, I can say this. His memory short, his heart fickle. Let us pray that your words reach him. There can be no dark without light, and so it was that Arbert was there in your hour of need. People must be told. Yeah, he was. Just made it cool, because he saved our ass. Alrighty, though, everybody, but, unfortunately, we do have to end this episode. And it's because it's getting on to 30 minutes, I want to go take a snack break, come back, continue on. So, with that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. When we come back, ladies and gents, we will tell the people the story of Arbut and his friends, so that the Warriors of Light are no longer looked at as villains. But more importantly, Arbut is with us. since both our souls are now one and he saved our sorry ass. So I'm pretty sure we should at least return the favor, even if it's a small kindness. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.